Hello, Lake Deaton. This is a huge week at Lake Deaton. So this coming weekend, we are going to be hosting our district superintendent, the Reverend Dr. Sharon Austin. And we're hosting her because we are going to be celebrating our 11th year, our 11th birthday. And it's not 11 years as a church, but 11 years as a community of faith, because up until 2020, we were part of New Covenant United Methodist Church, and then in 2020 we became our own church. And I am so blessed because, so even though our first official worship service was the first Sunday of 2014, we actually started gathering people 6 months before that in July at the Bradenton Rec Center. And Lynn Clever was part of the very first time we ever met. There was about 12 of us there.
12, which was interesting.
It was. And Lynn and Art were there. And so I asked Lynn today, I have a couple of questions for you. And so the first question is, what led you all those years ago to come? What led you guys to come to that very first meeting at Bradenton?
Well, I had heard that there was going to be a church plant building south of 466A, and we had just happened to move there. We were so excited. I was driving all the time up north, and I was so glad that we were going to make this plan to have a new church started in our area. And I went to meet the new starter, who happened to be Pastor Jim.
Yes. I always remember that day because we went around the circle.
We did.
And introduced each other. And I had already lived in this area longer than anybody else. Every single couple there had lived there less than a month. And so they were all brand new to the villages, brand new, and it was a wonderful, wonderful group.
And I'm also very, very close friends of two of those people that were at that meeting. That friendship has stayed.
Yeah, isn't that wonderful?
It was wonderful.
So,
yes.
So here's my second question, Lynn. What is your fondest memory from our early days, from those first months, and as we started doing our come and see events and then started our worship? What was your fondest memories?
I think going to Big Cypress for that first church service, I was so excited and went in there, and there were a lot of people there. I even remember who sat in front of me. Yeah. I just couldn't believe that the number was what,
153 people.
153 people were at the service, and that just happens to be the number of fish that
Peter caught. That Jesus said,
Peter caught.
Throw the net out on the other side. And for some reason, the scripture says the number of fish that they caught was 153.
And I thought that was so exciting because that meant we were on the right track.
Yeah.
We were doing it.
Yeah, that was a fun time. So for all of you that may not know what Lynn's talking about, we had 3 what we call come and see events. They started in November. We did November, December, January, and then officially launched the first weekend in February.
First church service.
The first official church service in
correct.
Eisenhower Rec Center. And it was a wonderful time. So it's been exciting to have you part, and it's been a wonderful and also hard 11, 12 years.
And I actually photographed the whole bunch of the first part.
Yeah.
I mean, right up till the day that you took over as an official church. I photographed everything before that.
So a lot of people, in fact, this is a perfect person to talk to. Lynn was our first historian for Lake Deaton. And in our classroom too, you can go in. This weekend, we're going to have them out in the lobby for people to look at. But she put together volumes of every one of our first years of photos with descriptions of all the different things, of our first times that we came on the property here and had special events. And
the first wedding. The first baptism, and Art and I came almost every day and just drove out here in our golf carts and checked out to see what new thing was happening. Yeah. I remember the day the gold top of the roof went on.
Oh gosh, yes.
You could see it clear far away.
Wasn't that wonderful?
Yes.
It was a wonderful
time.
And
the first day we had the service here, on the way home there was a rainbow.
Yes, I remember that. I have those photos.
I took a photo of that too.
So thank you, Lynn.
You're welcome.
And I want to encourage everyone this weekend, Saturday at 5, Sunday at 9 or 10:45. We're going to have a wonderful time. It's going to be fun. Our district superintendent's going to have a great message for us. We're going to have great worship and just a celebration for what God has done, but also looking ahead what God still wants to do. Because God still has a lot to do in and through Lake Deaton United Methodist Church.
And this church is amazing already, what we're doing now.
It is exciting.
It's
isn't it?
exciting. It's very exciting.
So thank you, Lynn.
You're welcome.
And I'll see you all this weekend. God bless.
See you in church.